All right, I thought it'd be kind of cool to sort of document where I'm at in this process of arranging a Billy Joel song called Lullabye. I actually first heard it as an a cappella tune, so the chords were really all that I knew. And, hearing cool sounds like, or, I just was fascinated with these rubs, and have always wanted to learn the song. So this is a version on a nylon string guitar. It's tuned a half step down because I find that this guitar is really resonant in that register. So this is not going to be in the same key. It's not going to be in the same key as the original, but that doesn't really bother me much. And the only other note is that this low string is in dropped D tuning. In true pitch, these would both be D flats, right? But anyways, so I'll just kind of go through some of the parts. So there's sort of an intro thing, a verse, and then the bridge part, and then the outro. There's a few parts, but basically a lot of it is a D shape, an A triad, and a G triad. And then there's parts where I'm doing an E. Remember, since you've got this string dropped a whole step, this is your root note for an E chord, not open. And And so I'll kind of just go through some of that. Again, this isn't going to be like a tutorial. It's going to be for people who are familiar with guitar shapes. But the intro, D, A, D, and G, right? D, A, D, and then I do the top of an E minor bar chord here, and then I switch it. This chord, I'm essentially doing a D shape on string set 2. So you got 8, 9, 8. And then I'm putting my first finger on the 8th fret of the D string. Then back to the D. Then we've got an A note in the bass. And here I'm just making some nice rubs. That's 7th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string. And then this one is 6th fret on the G string, 3rd fret on the B string. And then we're doing kind of a B minor thing here. But it's like a 2 on your A string, mute your D string, open G string, or if you want 2nd fret on the G string, I kind of change it. And then you're just moving the vocal melody along that B string. Now you got G in the bass, but you're kind of superimposing an A chord over the top. The second time, do that E chord, and then add the melody note on the B string. Then here you can kind of do like a, just kind of moving my bass along. 2, 2, 4, 5. Now here, you're kind of superimposing a couple things, but if you're thinking just about G string and B string, you got 7 and 8. Make it a top of a D, then make it the top of an A, then back to the D. So that's all going over this 5th fret note here. So it's like, wait. Then hit your A string. Another one of those kind of nice rub chords. So here you're doing the top of the D with your open A string, and here you're doing what by any other tuning would be just an A. But since you've got this string tuned a little different, it sounds like this. Then your D string. Here you're just kind of doing that. Right, from Neil Young. So, top of a D string. Keep it all the same, but just put this C in your bass. Sometimes I'll do that little passing note there. Right, so again, just kind of, you can find the melody notes. Sometimes there too, for you, and you should always know, I go. Which that is just a normal D chord. Put a C in the bass, and then you've got 5, 3, 5 here. And then here is 2, mute, 2, 3, 3. Very pretty chord. And then back to an E, G, A. Now we get to the fun part, right? Top of a D minor chord, top of a C chord, then top of an F chord, top of a C chord, back to your D minor, B flat, A. These are all shapes just from normal bar chords you'd be doing on your inner 4 strings. So I'll show you that again. I had to write this down. My girlfriend she knows it on piano, so she was helping me kind of figure out the chords. D minor, C, F, C, D minor, B flat, A. So you'll do that twice. Then D, and you're playing a D minor here. And then G minor. And there I'm just kind of switching a 3 and a 5 on the middle strings. 3 on the D string, 5 on the G string. To 5 on the D string, 3 on the G string. I'm kind of walking back down. Right? 5, 4, 2. Now you're in your E chord. G chord. And then an A chord. And sometimes I put the 3rd in the bass there. And then at the end, there's just this little run where after the chorus, or after the verse goes through one time, it goes. Now that's really fun. So you're doing your verse like normal. Someday we'll all be gone, but... So there it's different, right? Instead we're going D, A, D. You're going to go up to an A. Then you're going to go G, G minor, D, D, A, E7. Someday we'll all be gone, but lullabies go on and on. It's my favorite part. Very, very fun. So D, D, A, D, D, A, G, G minor, D, D. Right there, you'll notice I switch, so I can easily go D, D, A, E7, and then you'll go. Again, just add the melody to that E7 chord. Then I'm just doing a D, and I'm putting this up here, and then you got G, A, and then another cool chord thing. D. This chord is 8th fret, 6th fret, and 5th fret. And that's all on your 2nd string set, right? D, back to D, then you're gonna go A minor, G minor. Up here, it's like the top of a C minor. 8, 8, 8, right? Here you're gonna do a little 7 chord. And then you just end back on your 1.